Hey friends, and welcome to another episode of the Soul CEO podcast. This is episode 51, and today's show is pretty special. My name is Rachel Bakark, and I am your host. I've been inside of the network marketing space now for 15 years. Kind of crazy, cringy to even say that. My entire adult life. And it has been such an honor to train and consult for many companies across the globe and across the industry, even outside of the network marketing direct selling space into entrepreneurship, whether it be like the gym industry or salons or retail. It is truly a treat to train and help. Today's episode is actually a recording of a private mentoring call that I did last week where we trained about 25, 30 or 35 people, up and coming leaders in a direct sales company called Colorstreet. And this group of amazing entrepreneurs tends to be was like a lot of women and a lot of moms. And so I was giving some advice of how to get into personal momentum, how to really balance some of the sacrifices that are needed in order to see results, and kind of blowing off some of the myths inside of this industry. Like the pace of the leader is the pace of the pack. Have you heard that before? The pace of the leader is the pace of the pack. I'm going to blow that myth out of the water. And I think you really need to hear this. Okay, so if you're ready to do the podcast, this is free, no sponsorships, no ads. So make sure that you are leaving a written review and a 5-star rating. This is especially crucial on Apple Podcasts. If you're listening in there, please take a moment, and it really gives me light and gives me so much motivation to continue on with this free training. I do want to highlight one of our subscribers who says, it's Jay Hayes 2181, who says 5 stars, amazing. Jay Hayes says, absolutely love your standards, ideas, and willingness to help everyone at every level. You are an inspiration. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love you guys so much. And guys, grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, because I think there's going to be so many nuggets for you inside of this episode. And if you want me to train for your team or organization, if you can put 25 people onto a call or a Zoom, webinar, whatever, I'm happy to oblige. Just email asksoulceo@gmail.com. The information is in the show notes. And as always, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this because my schedule gets crazy. And so if it's available, I'd be happy to. And it's really my honor to serve. So let's get into episode 51, where we're talking about creating personal momentum. To me, and she said, hey, I'd love for you to jump on to train our organization to talk with you. I'm like, let's do work. Like, let's get a breakthrough. And we're now 4.5 months into the year. 4.5 months into the year, almost halfway through May. And my question to you is, are you 40% in, 45% into your goal this year? Are you 45% into where you want to be? Because if not, we can make up for it. And the conversation we're going to have today is all about creating personal momentum. I don't know why it says host. I'm going to rename my name. Somebody's been using my account. I should call myself like Giraffe, Soul CEO, whatever. It's Rachel Bakark. Hi guys. And if you guys can do me a favor, please turn on your camera if you can. Just because I am like a network marketing robot, I very much respond to like energy. So the more energy you give me on whether it be video or even in the chat, I'm going to be reading the chat. If you guys have questions, you want to be like, yes, girl. You want to be like, okay, I love this. I'm vibing with it. It feeds me, okay? It literally, like the little robot in me, like literally becomes charged. I do have a ton of energy. I'm in wellness, so I'm obviously hopped up on vitamins and pills. So hopefully you guys, it's 8 p.m. Eastern, and hopefully you guys aren't like totally ready to go to bed, because this might hype you up a little bit, okay? But I'm really honored to be here. Truthfully and transparently, it is such a blessing, and I've known Cassie for a long time. And so the fact that she has asked me to be here, she really wants to see you all win. And that's the heart of her leadership, and where she is designing this dream team to go to the next level, to be the premier team in Colorstreet to join. And to be the fastest growing one, and to be the one earning all of the accolades and all of the ranks and all of the trips and the rewards and everything. And so I want you guys to know you're in the right place at the right time with the right leaders. And what you guys have done, and with Janice and this whole group of leaders, plug in. I hope you guys come ready to learn. I have a philosophy in my team that we have a notebook. if you guys have a pen and piece of paper, just show it to me up on the screen. I want you guys to develop this philosophy. You know, Cass, this may be good for you guys to talk about every week when you guys are on your Zooms. Have a notebook that's just for Colorstreet, that's just for this team, so that every time you're on a webinar, a Zoom, in person even, like if you're going back, you know, now that things are opening up, that you have all of your goodness, your richness, your notes, so that when you're like needing inspiration or wanting to do a Facebook Live or create and craft a post, you can go back to all of the mentorship and wisdom that has been bestowed on you. And I always say that the best leaders are excellent students. And so I fill up a couple of these things every single year, just flying through them, just taking notes, ready to learn. The best leaders are excellent students. Cassie shared with you guys my story. I won't bore you with any details. All I will share with you is that I've been supremely blessed by network marketing. Direct sales has absolutely changed my life because in front of you today, I am a 36-year-old college dropout. Guys, go to the chat. Give me a 1. Any 30-year-old, any college dropouts? 36-year-old college dropout. Any college dropouts? That's me. That's me. I don't have no fancy education. I don't have a degree. I worked in retail. I was commuting 2.5 hours a day for a bipolar boss, and I was miserable. I got started in network marketing, I kid you not, because I was such an introvert. I wanted to work from home, and I wanted to buy a dog. That was it. At 21, I didn't have massive goals and aspirations of changing the world. I just hated my job. I hated my commute. I didn't like talking to people that much. And I wanted to work from home, and I wanted a dog because I was gone 12 to 14 hours a day. So what motivates. And we're going to find out what's going to motivate you tonight to get you into personal momentum, to get you into taking action, to get you over some of the very real fears and doubts and limiting beliefs so that you can get into your promised land. Spoiler alert, I did get started in that first business, and now, as we heard, fast forward, I now have 2 dogs, and I'm psychologically unemployable. So seriously, you couldn't even pay me to get a job. But it's really a blessed life. It's an autonomous life. If there's any word to write down, it's autonomy. Autonomy. It's a $10 word. And what I love about network marketing is that it can give you autonomy. Colorstreet can give you autonomy. It means you can do what you want, when you want, where you want to do it, with who you want to do it with. Guys, drop a 2 if you're like, yes, that sounds good for me. Yeah, that is what we're doing here. And that is the gift that you can give your girls when you're talking to them. That is the gift that you're presenting every single day with this premier opportunity. And there couldn't be a better time, guys, in this pandemic. They need your product. This makes the most sense I've ever seen. I can't wait for all of you guys sending me samples. Cassie, hook a girl up. Have you seen how atrocious this is right now? Help, right? Help. Okay, I need some goodness going on right here because I look like a mess. I was in the garden earlier today. I'm still sweating. It's awesome. I'm so glad that we're all here together. All right. We can create that personal momentum. We can create that personal momentum knowing that we are building a life of autonomy. I have 3 things I want to talk to you guys, just 3 little philosophies, millionaire philosophies. Last year I made $1. It won't pay all the bills, but it's a start. And I share that not to impress you, but to know that as a 36-year-old college dropout that I could get to a year in this profession. I am no special. I'm not normal. I'm average, but I'm not normal. Okay, so if I can do this, there is no reason, Kristen, Linda, Karen, Kimberly, Katie, like Rachel, there's no reason that can't be you. Robin, there's absolutely no reason that any of you guys couldn't be sitting here a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, cashing 900 G's because of your Colorstreet business. Number 1, to create personal momentum, you have to decide what speed and sacrifice, write that down, speed and sacrifice you're willing to go and to make. Your speed and sacrifice needs to match. It must align with your ultimate goal. See, our priorities and values are never in conflict. People say to me, I want this business. I want your lifestyle. I want your flexibility. Guys, not only have we been able to create this insane financial blessing, but because of that, I've traveled the world. I've been to 22 countries. paid for by my little network marketing side hustle. I've built orphanages that feed 50 to 100 children a day. I've freed over 150 children out of human trafficking, right? And so this has given me the most insane lifestyle. People say, I want it. I want to live in a nice house. I want a nice car. I want this. I want that. Everybody wants the dream. But are you willing to do what it takes to get it? Everybody wants what I have. But are you willing to do what it takes to get it? So your speed and your sacrifice must match your goals. But do you know what your goal is? Do you know really what you want to do here? Have you actually mapped it out into the comp plan to say, this is where I want to go and by when? Have you mapped it out and gone even to a journal, into that notebook, and actually written out your perfect life, your ideal day, the perfect day, from the morning you wake up, where it would be? What house you'd live in, what bed you'd have, what your bedroom would look like, what you'd be doing all day long, who you'd be serving, who you'd be talking to. Would you be working out? Would you have a personal trainer come to your home? What would you do? What kind of food would you eat? What kind of clothes would you wear? Have you mapped out what your perfect life looks like? What is the goal? I just got off of a three-way call just before this, and I met with a girl who's looking at our business, and she's in, let's just say, IT and social work, and her husband is in graphics. And she lives a very blessed life in Southern California, but she desperately wants to not only get out of her career, but retire her husband out of a job he hates. That's her goal. That's her vision. Is it clear? Is it written down? Is it in front of you? Have you thought about what is it? And guys, it's got to be desirable. It's got to be so yummy that you're willing to stay up a little bit later, to get up a little bit earlier, to make the sacrifices. Now, mind you, write this down. I said sacrifice, not mistake. How many of you guys are moms on the line? Raise your hand. How many moms are here? Yeah, probably quite a few. If you guys are off camera, just drop a 3 in the chat. How many of you guys have little moms? You got some parents on the line, right? There is a difference between a sacrifice and a mistake. A sacrifice means that, I know we see little babies on the line. I just love that. Hi, Kelly. You're a little baby girl. A sacrifice means that you're going to miss a recital because you have a presentation. A sacrifice means that there's going to be some nights where your spouse takes the kids to basketball practice and you're going to miss the practice because you have presentations to do, you have follow-ups to do, you have business to build, you have mentoring to do and to accomplish. That is a sacrifice. Here's what a mistake is. The whole family goes to the lake for the weekend and you stay home and you don't make calls. A mistake is you have a very short period of time with your kid, taking them to the park after school, or that homework hour between school and maybe dinner, that 4 to 6. And you have this little set of time where you get this the best, wonderful quality time with your daughter. But instead, she's working on her schoolwork and you're on your phone. Or you take them to the park and you have your earbuds on instead of being present. I don't want you to make a mistake. I don't want you to be half in Colorstreet and then half out. I don't want you to be half in on a mom or as a wife and half out. You got to be all in when you are doing that and all in when you're doing this business. You need to learn how to time chunk and be present. That is the sacrifice. This might mean, and I don't have children, so please bear with me. I don't know mom guilt. I don't, but I coach moms. 80-90% of my business is moms. And so I'll share with you what I've had to learn from my leaders, my 6-figure earners that teach me what has worked for them. One of them is getting the family on board with expectations. There's going to be nights, I know my business partner has made $7 million in the last 10 years. When she got started, she had 2 girls. I think they might have been 4 and 1. That sounds about right. Yeah, 4 and 1. And she had the conversation with her husband and said, listen, I need you used to go to 2 basketball leagues a week. I need you to cut off one of them because I need to go do home meetings. This is back before COVID. And by the way, I am going to be unavailable on these nights. So you're making dinner, you're doing all the heavy lifting. But the good news is on this weekend, I'm free. And she delineated that time. Maybe you set a goal like, hey, when you hit the next rank, this is what the kids get. Hey, this is when you do this. This is what you and hubby go get to do. Prioritize that time. Make sure that you're not making a mistake in your relationship. I made a crucial error of my first big run in MLM. I'll share this with you guys transparently. I got started in a company 10 years ago. My previous company, it was in momentum. It was crazy. I was 26 years old. I'd never had success in MLM. And I put my head down and I virtually ignored my first husband for like a year. I did. And he was working still, and then I ended up retiring him, and I was full on, like, my business was my mistress, if you get what I'm saying. It's where I spent all my time. He'd go to bed, I'd be in my office till 2 a.m. because I didn't want to miss a thing. And it hurt us, right? Now, life has moved on. I've now moved on. I have a much more amazing relationship and super blessed, glad that didn't work out. But I look back and I'm like, I wasn't serving him. I had to make adjustments. I rectified that way before our marriage fell apart. But I'll tell you guys, you do not want to go all in on something without having them on board. And it might just be like scheduling sex once a week. I don't know. Like, you guys got to figure that out. Like, whatever it is. Like, hey, baby, I'm really busy right now, but Sunday, I'm all yours. You didn't think we were going to talk about that on Zoom. Like, I want you guys to tell me, Cassie, do you want your girls to be happy, healthy, and wealthy? We don't want you miserable. We don't want you going to the top of Colorstreet and losing everything around you. The good book says, what is it to profit a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? It's no good. So make the speed and the sacrifice. If somebody tells me that they want to get to, guys, maybe go to the goal. What's your goal in the next 6 months? Tell me. Maybe the income, the rank, the volume, like whatever it might be. Like, tell me what your goal is. If somebody says to me in the next 6 months, I want to get to 6 figures, and they're at no figures, they're at 0 figures, and they want to get to 6 figures in 6 months. And then I talk to them, I say, great, how many hours a week do you have to put in this business? And they say, an hour a day. I say, oh, honey, oh, boo-boo child, oh, no. To build a solid 6-figure residual income, it's not going to happen on an hour a day. Your speed and your sacrifice must match your goal. Now, I'm not saying you can't build a wonderful side hustle on an hour a day, especially with the system that these ladies have for you and with the company, but let's be real here. So we have, people are saying senior executive, right? So you have like the specific rank that you want to hit. You need to reverse engineer it. You might want to ask your upline. You might want to find, in fact, this is a good homework assignment. Who is the number one recruiter in your company right now? Who is killing it in enrollments? Who is it, right? So who is like, you gotta emulate them. You should be looking at all the leaderboards you guys post every single month, like top sales volume, top recruits, all that sort of thing that your company does. You need to be stalking them on social. You need to be like doing whatever you can, getting them on a coaching call for your little teamies. And you need to be picking their brain, figuring out what they're doing, and then emulating it. You need to be following their pace. How many hours a week are they doing? How many reach outs? How many presentations? How many follow-ups? How many things are they sending out? Videos, exception, samples, whatever it might be. Do what they do and you'll have what they have. Don't make a mistake, guys, but you need to up your speed. I will tell you without knowing this call. I know none of you. Hi, nice to meet you. The best part about this is I don't make money on you, so I can tell you like it is. Isn't this wonderful? With an upline, they're always making money on you. Company, corporate, they make money on you. I make not $1. I'm here to tell you that none of you guys are working too hard. None of you guys are working too hard. I want you guys to work smarter though, harder and smarter. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. Number 2. So number 1, speed and sacrifice must match your goals. Number 2 is there is a difference between prospecting and marketing. In our new social trapping of the scroll hole of social media, many of us are so excited to become a micro celebrity, an influencer online, whether it be Instagram or Facebook or TikTok. And you're spending your time and you're crafting your posts and you're building your stories and you're creating your reels and your little videos. And I don't know, do you guys have a favorite app? I'm all about Instagram right now. Like it is, I am in love with Instagram. It is just so freaking awesome. I built from like no followers, like 28,000 followers in the last like year or two. It's just been amazing. Just had my first reel hit almost 1 million views. I love Instagram. There's a difference between marketing and prospecting. It is important for you guys to market. You need to have a marketing plan. You just told me that, Janice, you said your goal is senior executive. What is your, you don't have to list it right now, but you have to think, what is your marketing plan, your business plan to get there? Like, what is your daily, this is the content I have to create. This is what I need to do to constantly get in front of new prospects for these products. You should have a plan. Let's take one step further, one step back. How many of you guys have ever done a business before? Traditional business. Like, raise your hand. You've been in business before. Go to the chat, drop a 4. You guys had a traditional business? Whether it be like real estate, or you're a mortgage broker, or you were in, I don't know, you had your own bakery shop or whatever. The most successful businesses, if you were to go into any high-level CEO office, president, CEO, they would have a business plan. And we think that we can go build a senior executive business without a business plan, without a marketing plan? Come on. So we got to have the marketing plan. This is how many posts I'm doing. This is how many stories I'm doing. This is how many reels I'm doing. This is the YouTube I'm doing, or the podcast, or whatever, the LinkedIn. You guys got your jam. You got your thing that you love. Go all in on it. But marketing isn't prospecting. Posting without presenting is void. The exact purpose of the marketing is to get and elicit more conversations. And here's what's going to happen. Until you guys have really stellar marketing, until you guys have got your little groupies and your followers and your shares and your virality and your little tribe, you have got to be reaching out. You've got to pick up the phone, or nowadays, hit the message, send the text. If not, guys, it's going to take a while for the marketing to catch up. So in the beginning, when I launch people or relaunch them, it isn't a massive prospecting burst. It's in a blitz of prospecting. We're calling 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 people a day, depending on their speed and their goals. We're still doing the posts. We're still doing the reels. We're still creating the videos, because we know, here's what's so great. If you do a YouTube video right now, all right, Cassie, can you do YouTube videos at Colorstreet? Can you do them? Right? Because every company is a little different, so I just want to make sure. Like Amway, you can't. Okay. So let's say you guys are doing a YouTube video. Here's what's so great about a YouTube video. In like 2 years, that thing's going to have views. That's how it works. YouTube is evergreen, meaning you build it once and it's always there. It's organic traffic for you. It's search engine. So when somebody types in Colorstreet, Alabama, they find you. Right? Colorstreet, Texas, they come across your video. How to make money in Colorstreet. How to da-da-da-da. You know, way to do manicures at home. I don't know, whatever. But it's like 2 years from now. That's marketing. That's not prospecting. So you do the marketing right now, knowing that at some point something's going to fly, something's going to catch, something's going to go viral, something's going to gain traction, right? You're going to get a new boost, a ton of new people, right? But you've got to be prospecting. What is your prospecting plan? If you tell me you want to be senior executive in 6 months, it's not one a day. It's not. How many reach outs a day are you committed to doing? If we go back to number 1 and we know that goal, we know that perfect life, we know that perfect day, that the place that you want to get to. When I got started, I went on this little mentality called 3 a day press play. We have a video. I'm sure you guys have a video. And every day I would not let the sun go down till I got the 3rd person to press play on the video. And people would ask me all the time, they'd be like, Rachel, how many people did you have to talk to get 3 people to press play? Enough. Sometimes it was 3, sometimes it was 30. But I'd sit there at 11 p.m. at midnight, and sometimes back in the day, and I had 2 for the day. 2's pretty good. I had already enrolled 17 that month. I could go to bed. I was making 20 grand. 2 is probably more than most people on the team. But my standard was 3. 3-day press play. And so I'd go to Facebook. I'd open up Messenger, all the little blue, green lights, right? Little green, little bubbles. And I'd be like, you know? And I'm like, do you want to make money? Do you want to lose weight? Like, I just started talking to people. I had nothing to lose. And the best part is there's such an anti-cold messaging culture out there. And I get it. I'd rather how many guys would rather have people come to you? It's way better. Tell me about these nails, tell me about the products, tell me how can I join? You're making money, what's the side gig? Is this really a thing? Yeah, it's way better. But sometimes you have to prospect before the marketing works. And I would message people, and I'd go to people that I didn't even hardly know. They were just on my Facebook list. And I figured, you know what? If they block me, I don't even know them. There's nothing to lose here. I didn't have them as a customer. They weren't a distributor on my team. So therefore, if they said no, I have not lost nothing. We're at the same playing field. So might as well ask. Might as well ask. Might as well put it out there. Might as well do a thing. Your prospecting needs to increase. Write down right now on your notebook. In the last 30 days, how many reach outs did you do? In the last 30 days, on average, off the top of your head, estimating, give or take 10, 20%, how many reach outs did you do? Now for the next 30 days, in order to get you on track, you're probably going to need to 5 to 10x that. So if you did 30, you should be doing 150 to 300 reach outs over the next 30 days. Here's the amazing thing. Let's get real. Drop a 5 in the chat if you struggle with fear. Fear, doubt, anxiety. I call it FAD, fear, anxiety, depression. We have lots of feelings of FAD. I'll hold up 2 5s. I was so terrified in the beginning. You know the number one antidote to fear? Action. Momentum. Activity. See, when you're in activity, when you're in motion, you don't have time to listen to the demons in your head saying, will this work? What will she think? What will they think? If I do this post, Sally from high school is going to judge me. Guys, I'm telling you, Sally from high school doesn't care. And if she judges you, that's not a person that you'd want to be and work with anyways. Next. We need to 5 to 10x your reach outs right now. That's going to get you into personal momentum. Don't let anybody tell you and fool you that you can do this on onesie, twosies, half-hearted in, when you feel like it, if I possibly maybe have the time. Get aggressive. If you want to be making 5, 10, 15, 20 grand a month at this company. Now, if you want to just get your product paid for, that's cool. Have fun. Light and airy. Everyone matters here. Pick your speed. Your speed matches your goals. That's cool. But I think you're coming on a call at 8 p.m. to go into momentum. You need to 5 to 10x your activity right now. That means cutting out the garbage of stuff that is useless. Whether it be the scrolling mindlessly, whether it be Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, I don't know what it is for you that's eating up your time, your attention. And just get into action. Set a standard for yourself before you go to bed. Do not go to bed until it's done. For me, it was 3. Not 3 reach outs, 3 press and play. 3 saying, I'll take a look. 3 saying, I'll go down the rabbit hole. What's your standard? Number 3. This is a call of leaders. This is a call of leaders. You may not feel like a leader yet, but even if you're just you on your team, you're a leader. Why? Because you're leading yourself. Leading yourself is I am the hardest person for myself to lead. I have 70,000 people on my team. The hardest person to lead, you're looking right at her, the hardest. I want to share with you a misnomer or a myth in network marketing. And I don't want to burst your bubble, but I'm here for expectations. And again, I don't get paid off you, so I can tell you the truth. You guys heard the phrase, the pace of the leader is the pace of the pack? The pace of the leader is the pace of the pack? You guys have heard that? Raise your hand. Pace of the leader is the pace of the team. Pace of the leader is the pace of the pack. Meaning how fast you go is how fast your team goes. It's not true. It's a lie. The pace of the leader is double the pace of the pack. At any given month, the fast and the speed and the sacrifice that I am making, the activity I'm doing, my best producer is doing half of me. My top, and I don't always mean enrollments, right? Because guys, another thing, activity and results are two different things. You can set a goal for results, but ultimately you can't control results. You can do, right? Kimberly, you could go do 10 retails right now. We're not going to guarantee that 5 of them are going to sign up. We don't know. They're going to buy, right? We can't control that, but we can control the activity. Okay. What I'm telling you is they will show up in half of everything. Half commitment, half energy, half passion, half activity, half emotional intelligence, everything. So you're saying, oh my gosh, Rachel, that's super unfair and a little bit deflating. Guys, welcome to leadership. And the great thing is that you now own how far and high your team goes. So that you can raise everything. Because you know, hey, the best are going to be like half, quarter of what I do. So if you're doing 1 a day, what are your team doing? What are they doing? If you're doing 1 reach out a day right now, 1 presentation a day, if you're signing up 3 a month, 3 new customers a month, what is your best team is doing? Half that. But how can we raise the lid? How can we raise the momentum? If the pace is if you're the Roger Bannister of your team, you go and you 5 to 10x your activity. You 5 to 10x your growth. I want to close with this, and then I'm going to pass back to you, Cassie, is that the activity is important, and I beat it over and over on this entire training. But I also want to share with you guys that who you are is who you attract as well. So we need to amplify the whole gamut. Again, this is a call for leaders. This is not a call for, hey, if you just want to get your product paid for, that's cool. All right, just sit back and enjoy the show. But if you really want to build something here, if you really want to create personal momentum, you need to go all out in all the aspects of business. Meaning, go all out in learning. Right now, I spend on an average day 2 to 3 hours a day in personal development. Why? Because I'm the hardest person to lead. I'm the hardest. It's so easy for me to tell everybody else to be positive, encouraging, inspired, emotionally intelligent, creative, outgoing, all these things. But I have to be that person. Transparently, I'm at the top rank of my company, but there's another kind of bonus and I haven't hit the bonus yet. So even though I'm top rank, not quite top, there's tippy top, I'm not there. And I've been stuck for 18 months. It'd be very easy for me to say it's COVID, it's pandemic, it's this, it's that, it's that. But you know what the truth is? It's me. So since August, I've just gone hard on growth, hard on activity. I think since August, I've enrolled 60 people in my business. I've enrolled 500 in 5 years. Why? Because the pace of the leader is the pace of the pack-ish, kinda. And that in order for my team to grow, I must grow. So what needs to change in you? Is it your activity? Is it your mindset? Everything starts with mindset. Is your positivity? Is your attitude? Is your motivation? Is it your marketing? You're like, oh, I'm not really techie. I just love the nails. Okay, great. But what if you learned tech? What if you spent time and mastered social media? What if you spent the next year and just became a freaking bad mama jamma on Instagram Reels? I have a girlfriend right now. One of my mentors is recruiting 200 people a month off of TikTok. 200 people a month off of TikTok. Oh, Rachel, but I'm not good on video. Get good. Oh, Rachel, but I don't really have a lot of confidence to reach out. Get confident. There's no excuse. It starts with you. It ends with you. You're the pace. And whatever you do, whoever you are, your team will be half of you.